Hi, Jordan.
Oh, hey, Erling.
Hey, do you like to wait?
No.
You don't like to wait?
No.
Do you like to wait? Not many of us like to wait, do we? We're
Like
not
the
very good at it.
W-A-I-T wait?
W-A-I-T. But you know, I got used to waiting. In the military, we love to wait. You've heard of the saying, hurry up and wait?
Oh, yeah.
In the military, we're very good about doing that. Rushing to get someplace and then waiting until something happens. Rushing to get to someplace and then just waiting.
Ugh.
I could tell you stories about hurry up and wait. But I don't think they have the time to wait to go through those
Oh,
stories.
probably not.
So why do I bring that up?
Yeah, why do you bring that up?
Well, this week is, on Thursday, I believe, is Ascension Sunday. Ascension Sunday, where Jesus rises out of sight of the disciples. Right? So do you remember the last thing Jesus said to his disciples before he ascended?
I'll be back.
He said, wait, right? Stay here and wait. Right? Well, I've been thinking about that. And as I would go through the Bible, God and Jesus, the Holy Spirit, asked us to wait quite a bit.
All the time.
That while we're not very good at it, we're asked to do it all the time. You know, remember Jesus took the disciples out to the desert while he was praying, and he said, wait. They didn't wait well, did they? They didn't wait awake anyway. Moses and the Israelites in the desert waited 40 years, right?
Yeah.
People on the ark waited 40 days and 40 nights. And we could go on and on about stories of waiting. We could learn to do a better job of waiting. And I know that you're tired of waiting. It's been a long haul since March, since we began distancing and self-isolating, and we've just been waiting for that time to get back in the sanctuary and worship with one another again, or do Bible study and in person with one another. So thank you for waiting, but thank you for being patient. I want to just take this time to share where we're at in your waiting. We're not going to have all the answers that you want or need, but you need to know where we're at. So when are we going to get back to public worship? We don't know yet. We're looking into it and we're talking about it. On Tuesday evening of this week, all the clergy of the Iowa Annual Conference are going to get together in a Zoom conference meeting, and we're going to talk about what it means and how we might open up our space for public worship. But we know that when we open this space, there will be some restrictions, probably, like the use of masks, that you won't have your way throughout the whole building, that we're going to rope some of the building off. And so even when we do open up, there are going to be some restrictions. And when we do know when we will open up for public worship, are we going to let them know?
Of course.
Of course we're going to let you know when we do that. So just wait a little bit longer and we will let you know when that happens. But in the meantime, we invite you to think about doing house church. Have you heard about house church?
I have, just a little bit, but can you tell me more?
Yeah, house church is this opportunity for you to invite 10, 12, 15 people to your house to watch worship together. And then after you watch worship together, to have a conversation of the sermon. Like Jordan's sermon this past Sunday, an excellent sermon about witnessing. It would be a perfect time for conversation and what that means for you in your life. So we invite you to explore doing house church as you are comfortable, and then letting the church office know who hosted, how many people were there, what your conversation might have been, what you did together. We're just asking for a little paragraph. Right?
And we're even willing to offer resources too.
Yeah, if you need folding chairs, we've got folding chairs that we're not using right now that we
have folding chairs.
We can take to your house, and other resources if you need a Bible study resources, those kind of things. So let us know what we can do to help. The second question that I keep hearing about when in this waiting is about the circuit and the hub that we've been talking about creating. When is that going to happen? Well, originally we thought it would happen at the 1st of July. Right now, and I had a short conversation with our district superintendent last night, that right now we're going to wait a little bit about instilling or starting the circuit until we have that opportunity to really gather with one another and talk about it with one another. So for the other churches involved, there will be some temporary appointments of clergy. And then we will come together and we'll build the circuit later on. So please don't let that bother you. So are there other questions that you might have? I heard that. So the question was, how much longer am I going to keep my hair? Am I going to get it cut? I don't know. Right? One thing I do know, I keep losing it on top of my head, so I like to keep it in the back of my head just to know that I have some hair.
I'm gonna keep growing mine. There's no cutting involved.
So in the meantime, we continue to wait. Just like God and Jesus, the Holy Spirit asks us to wait all the time. But use this time to study that discipleship pathway that we have been discussing the last number of weeks. How you might grow in your prayers, your presence, your gifts, your service in the witness. That in your waiting, it does not have to be dull time. It doesn't have to be idle time. That your waiting can be God time. So we'll see you soon. Peace.